Hello students, this audio is being made for BA 5th semester students for the paper Public Administration. The topic covered in this audio is globalization and public administration. Students, as you know, globalization has been a buzzword for over 3 decades now. It is one of the most discussed and debated issues in the world. It has been subject to multiple interpretations. For some, it is a gateway to unlimited opportunities and avenues for growth, development, and prosperity. On the other hand, to some, it is a disastrous design to exploit the already plundered countries. For those who oppose, it is a mechanism devised by developed countries to loot the developing countries. Left leaning thinkers also say that globalization is a mechanism to exploit the natural and other resources of the developing countries. They also go to the extent of saying it as neo colonialism. Globalization is often equated with integration of world economies. But globalization is not confined to the integration of economies, it is beyond the integration of economies. It has affected all spheres of human social life, right from economy to politics to culture and every other possible arena. Public administration, like any other field, is no exception to this. Public administration also has been affected significantly by globalization. There are many who argue that the concept of globalization is as old as civilization. There is nothing new about it. But the term globalization came into popular use only in 1980s. Theodore Levitt, in his article titled Globalization of Markets, had popularized the word globalization. Public administration as an academic discipline is changing rapidly under the impact of globalization. Since World War II, the role and function of government had witnessed an unprecedented increase in both developed and developing countries. Transportation, migration, information technology, end of Cold War are some of the factors that contributed the growth of globalization. Rumki Basu says that the paradigmatic shift of emphasis towards a market driven private sector led development model whose basic philosophy was to roll back the state is known as globalization. The process is said to have initiated by the new right of Britain and America and the structural adjustment policy of the World Bank. It is turning whole world into a common village. With the advent of globalization, the whole world is becoming a small village. Since 1980s, there has been a shift in public administration from traditional bureaucratic administration to managerialism. This shift in public administration is also called as market-based public administration emerged in 1992. This approach, also termed as entrepreneurial government by Osborne and Debler, this is guided by market mechanisms. It aims to improve efficiency, effectiveness, service quality, and management for change. According to this view, according to this view and this new paradigm, there are three major actors in governance, namely government, civil society, and business society. Lot of administrative changes have been taken place ever since globalization entered in our country. Administrative changes like abolition of Inspector Raj, abolition of bureaucratic obstacles and bottlenecks, transparency in decision making, simplification of laws, rules, and regulations, redesigning administrative structures, downsizing the staff, increased use of information technology, tax and tariff reforms, etc. So many administrative changes have taken place ever since globalization came into being. But experience so far suggests that despite globalization, third world countries have not been able to progress because of their inability to integrate in the world economy owing to state capacity deficit. Irrespective of the opportunities provided by the globalization, including foreign direct investment, trade, access to information technology, only countries that have in place an effective public administration, solid political and economic institutions, adequate social policies, and a committed leadership can ensure that all sectors of society benefit from globalization. So, mere following globalization does not ensure progress and prosperity of a nation. In order to gain from globalization, any country needs to have sound public administration system. Unless and until it has sound public administration system in place, a country is not in a position to benefit from globalization process. Bertolucci observes that countries, in order to gain from globalization, should focus on strengthening their institutions, human resources, and technological adequacy. Only this can help them to mitigate the social costs of globalization. Globalization cannot ensure benefits to all countries without proper public administration system. So therefore, all countries should have sound public administration systems in place. There are challenges from globalization. What are the challenges of globalization? According to Faraz Ahmad, with the globalization, public sphere is shrinking. Public sphere is being shrunk with increased globalization. And the second challenge is globalization is leading to increased privatization, and increased privatization is promoting corruption. Privatization is providing opportunities for corruption. So, as a result, a new problem of corruption is emerging. And the third challenge from globalization is that it is promoting the culture of elitism. It is creating divide between rich haves and have-nots. So this is another challenge. The fourth challenge from globalization is that human conscience of the public administration is being challenged. Public administration is becoming insensitive. It is turning blind eye to the genuine problems of public. In many countries, it appears that public administration is playing a role of facilitator for globalization and privatization. In the process, they are losing their human face. So these are the challenges posed by globalization. So in conclusion, we can say that globalization per se is not bad, but at the same time, in order to get benefit from globalization, all third world countries should have sound public administration systems in place. Unless and until they have adequate infrastructure, strong institutions, human resources, information technology, and wherewithal to cope with the challenges posed by globalization, the purpose of globalization is not going to be served.